and I feel like I've been punched in the face.
Welcome to my adventure of a lifetime. My kidney function was declining fast, so instead of staying put and waiting for them to fail, I quit my job and decided to try and cycle 10,000 kilometres around Europe and do 5 skydives in every country I visit to raise money for charity. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more and help the channel grow, hit the subscribe button as well. Just to let you know, you're going to see me wearing this t-shirt quite a lot throughout the series. I can guarantee you it's nothing to do with COVID. If you'd like to find out more, watch this video. If you couldn't care less, let's go. In last week's episode, I said goodbye to my family and friends and rode 145 miles to get the ferry across the English Channel. Join me this week as I take on the first overseas leg of the trip, while I had the worry of a swollen face amongst other challenges along the way.
It's definitely not so funny anymore. Wow.
I sat on the ferry from Dover to Calais feeling ridiculously excited, but at the same time slightly overwhelmed by the daunting challenge I was about to embark on. The main concern, as you may well know by now, was my health and if this trip was really going to accelerate the decline of my kidney function. But once I got off the ferry, I put all that negativity to the back of my mind and looked forward to the road ahead.
Ah, yes! This is it!
I guess this is where the real adventure begins, blimey. I'm on the other side of the water. I can't believe that plan actually came together. I didn't think I'd make it in 2 days, but I just got my head down and did it. What the hell, I'm in Calais. Right, what now?
I hadn't even bothered logging the checkpoints this time. I'd lost faith in that process completely, since my route from Henley to Dover led me to way more hills than I'd planned out. So I just tapped in the destination, Dunkirk, and started pedalling. Without thinking twice, I just followed the Garmin bike computer, which led me in the complete wrong direction. And I was just obliviously pedalling until I realised the sun should be on my right hand side.
Oh, the headwind is making it so tough today. I am pushing hard and going about 6 miles an hour. My legs are burning. I'm only about 2 miles away from Calais. I need to get a move on.
But eventually I rode alongside Canal de Bourbourg in the direction of Dunkirk.
You know that headwind I mentioned? It's definitely not so funny anymore. I feel annihilated. It's relentless. I've been riding into wind all the way from Calais. Finally got a little bit of wind coverage and it is glorious. I'm in the cycle lane now, just outside Dunkirk. The battle I've had today is with the Garmin taking me way further than I actually need to ride, and Google Maps taking me down some sketchy little gravel road into a dead end, no man's land crack den. Look, it says straight on through here, but I think you'll find that's a fence. I have just got to Dunkirk. Oh, what a long ride that has been. And I'm just about to meet my first ever couch surfing host. Don't really know what to expect. Never met this person before. Quite anxious to find out where I'm actually going to be sleeping tonight.
Couchsurfing is an awesome platform with a community of like-minded people who love to travel and benefits anyone looking for a place to stay or willing hosts who enjoy meeting new people. Davy invited me into her flat and told me to make myself at home. It felt like I'd been her friend for years. So Davy's just gone to work and left me with the keys to her flat, which I think is amazing. I mean, it just goes to show there's some really kind people in the world. So I've got this little table here. I'm going to set up a base and do some work and try and plan the rest of my trip, because I know I'm going towards Brussels, but I don't actually know where I'm going. So I need to work that one out. First of all, it was time to check in with the mother, just to let her know that I'd arrived in one piece. Mum.
Hello?
Yeah, can't we do a video call?
Hello?
Hello? Well, there you go. That's my mum's attempt of doing a video call. Hello? We got there in the end.
I said, are you less stressed now that you're actually on your way?
I wouldn't say less stressed, but sort of excited to get going. But it's a weird mix because I still feel very out of sorts. You know, the bags and everything, trying to get everything organised and in the right place, and I go to get something and then it's in the other pocket, or it's in the other bag, and a lot of faff. You know, it's not a case of just getting on the bike and riding, because I'm stopping, I'm filming, changing batteries, and it's a lot of juggling all the kit and stuff, and it's a bit more faff than I expected.
Yeah, but that's because you've got quite a lot of stuff.
I do have a lot of stuff.
No.
Yeah, I have got quite a lot of stuff.
Stop filming your phone.
No.
I'm going. I'm not having it.
Why?
I look about 90. I haven't brushed my hair all day.
That's not my fault.
I'm going, Sam. I need to get on with dinner. My husband will be home for dinner soon.
Just woken up in Dunkirk, and I feel like I've been punched in the face. I'm pretty sure I've got low blood protein levels or something like that. Probably not eaten enough protein, so my face is a little bit puffy. Also, I'm trying to work out how much of this I can actually get rid of. I've clearly got too much stuff with me. I'd say the battery chargers weigh the most. It's just ridiculous, the amount of charging equipment I've got for the cameras. That's a 4-way battery charger for the DSLR. It's definitely clothes. I need to lose a few t-shirts or something. I'll work it out.
I found myself walking around the town in a bit of a daze. I was exhausted. I was going to visit the beach of Malo-le-Bain, where the World War II evacuation took place, but I lost track of time and basically forgot. My mind was elsewhere, thinking about my next move and still overthinking whether this trip was a good idea or not. That evening, Davy was home and we had some time to sit down and talk about life and how everything had led us to where we are now. I live too fast sometimes. I just want to do everything and I want to do it now. So it makes me quite impatient.
Do you have support from your family?
Yeah, my family's great. They're really good. And I think that's part of the reason why I want to do this, because I'm able to. And if it's going to raise money for other people and help them, because if I didn't, I'd be taking too much. I'd just be all taking and no giving, which doesn't work out. It's not, wouldn't be balanced. So, I'm just about to leave Dunkirk. I feel exhausted. It's taken me way too long to get ready to get going. I was aiming to leave by 8:30, it's now 9:45. I just feel really out of sorts. Everything I'm doing is taking twice as long to get the bags ready, to get all the kit together. I just feel really like, what am I doing? I left Dunkirk and for the first time on the trip had absolutely no idea where I was going to sleep that night. It felt good to be back on the road again.
Yes, and I enjoy to see a really rider like you. It's very nice, I think, to do this.
Cool.
Maybe one day I will do
touring.
Yes,
Yeah. Cool. Made a friend.
Yeah.
My man.
Okay.
All I knew was that Kortrijk was about 80 kilometres away, and that's where I was aiming for. I couldn't seem to slow my mind down, and I was so distracted thinking about the swelling in my face that I didn't even realise I'd crossed the border into Belgium. I knew the swelling was a sign that my kidneys weren't coping too well with the endurance exercise, and I couldn't stop worrying about how this might affect the rest of the trip.
Oh, what the hell? Please don't be broken. It's now 3:30 in the afternoon and I'm only around halfway between Dunkirk and Kortrijk. I think that's how you pronounce it, Kortrijk.
Kortrijk.
So I've just gone on to couchsurfing, sent a few messages out to people, and I'm just going to keep going in that direction, and by the time I get there, hopefully I'll have a message to say that I've got a place to stay tonight. If not, it's just going to have to be an expensive one and maybe pay for a hotel or something like that. Not ideal, but I'm just going to keep going and see what happens. Oh yeah.
I found an affordable hostel in the centre of the city, well within my budget. It was the perfect reminder that I didn't always need to plan my every move, and that while I was in the big cities, I should always be able to find a cheap hostel to stay the night. Having said that, while copying the footage from the memory cards, I sat down to research the best route into Brussels. Later that evening, though, I was accompanied by a roommate called Thierry.
So Thierry here, that I've just met in the hostel, works for the Cycling Federation over here in Belgium.
He had a whole bunch of gadgets attached to the bike, so I asked him to explain what they were all for.
Well, this is the measuring bike of the Cyclist Federation, and the main thing that we do is to measure the vibrations on a cycling path. Because we see that many cycling paths or cycling infrastructure in general, it's very uncomfortable, and we would like to measure how comfortable or uncomfortable it is.
Talk me through it. What have we got on here?
This is the sensor to measure the vibrations, and we also have a tablet where we register all the tracks that we drive on a whole day. I can open it here. So this is here for the tablet. And then, of course, when we are driving, we also make pictures. That's for here. Yeah, it's a whole machine. And then here we also have GPS to register the GPS track that we did on a day.
Explain to me a little bit about, so you're testing the vibrations, but what else do you do?
All the things that matter for cycling comfort. So what is the width of a cycling path? How is it separated from the traffic? All sorts of obstacles. Is there a hole in your cycling path that is very dangerous? That kind of stuff.
So what do you make of my bespoke, custom-built camera mount on the front there?
Well, I'm rather fascinated, let's say, because it's something rather original that you made, rather creative.
Is it legal?
For sure, it's not illegal.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Been a pleasure.
Yes. Okay.
Good to meet you. Thank you. What a gentleman. Thank you so much. I'm stuck.
Have a safe trip. Hola.
I got it.
Following the directions on Thierry's beautiful hand-drawn map, I'd set myself a really long day's riding, with 50 kilometres to Gent, plus another 55 kilometres to Brussels.
So a nice route along the towpath by the river today, but as Thierry did mention, quite a lot of it's under construction, so keep having to find an alternative route. Never mind.
The route wasn't particularly interesting either, so I did whatever I could to keep myself entertained.
Hello. I made a little donkey friend.
I see pride and I see power.
Look at the guns on that bad boy. What are you? Marvel horses or something?
I see a badass mother who don't take no crap up for nobody.
I better go. I gotta keep riding my little bicycle. See ya.
Who don't take no crap up for nobody.
Things soon got a bit spicy when I found what I thought was the perfect opportunity for a drone shot. The drone was a gift, a very kind donation from a member of an organisation called the Guild of Television Camera Professionals, who were supporting me by sharing my story throughout the trip. But I hadn't been able to practice much using the auto tracking feature and was struggling to get the drone to fly backwards without veering off to the side. I'd been told that the drone had survived a couple of crashes and the rear sensors were a bit temperamental. But I don't think the canopy of trees helped either, and I didn't anticipate that it would fly straight towards my head. Not long after that terrifying ordeal, I arrived in Gent. I didn't hang around though and continued my second half of the journey towards Brussels. Whoop! Have you ever wondered what riding a bike with hearing aids sounds like? Not particularly comfortable. I really put the power down on this last leg. I was determined to get to Brussels for the weekend because the drop zone I'd planned to skydive at were only open at the weekends.
You can definitely feel the buzz of the city now, and it feels a lot less safe riding on a bike. This is it, coming into Brussels. Here we are, this looks like the centre. I'm in Brussels.
105 kilometres complete, and I was really excited about taking a few days off the bike.
Ah! Yes!
I was hit with an overwhelming sense of achievement and the realisation that I'd just travelled from my home in the UK to Brussels in just 5 days of cycling. It made me feel invincible, but I knew deep down my kidneys were struggling and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to continue at this pace.
Yes! I've just ridden my bike from England to Brussels! Thank you. Brilliant, cheers. I can't believe I'm here. How did this happen? Yes. Yes. What a journey. Right, I should probably go to hospital now.
What have you done to yourself, man?
I feel like a small fish in a big pond.
I don't want to wait for an entire week So you're having leg swelling because your kidney function is down?
I think I need to slow things down a bit.
It didn't go to plan.
Don't betray yourself, never.